Now we're going to do what we call as the critical value. So basically the critical value will be a table value, and it could be table 4, 5 or 6. So the first one over here, find the critical value TC. TC is table number 5. So now we have C is equal 95%, and also we have the degree of freedom is n minus 1, and that will be 15. So we have the table right here. I have to enlarge it just so I can see it, and we can enlarge it this way, and we want to look at what we have is 95%. This is table 5, keep in mind, table 5, and we need the degree of freedom to be 15. So we're going to go the intersection for those two, and the intersection will be actually TC is equal to 2.131. So we refer to confidence interval and the degree of freedom for the table number 5. And as you can see, that's one of the choices will be, which is letter B. Now this is number 7 on the review. Now for number 8, for number 9, also to find the chi critical value, and the chi critical value, that's table 6, where the degree of freedom is equal to 27, but this time they gave you alpha is equal 0.1, and over here just to indicate that it's a left tail, so we don't have to worry about it because it's highlighted for me that this area is right here is 0.1. So I go to 0.1 right here, and I go to the degree of freedom is 27, and I read the one in the intersection, and that one in the intersection will be 36.741. That's the degree of freedom for that's the critical value, which is a chi value for table number 6. In the next problem also, the question right here is where to reject or not to reject. That's mean I need the table value. First of all, this is a right tail, so automatically I want to graph what I call is a right tail, so the right tail which is on this side. And the next thing we need also to keep in mind, since the size sample is large, therefore we're looking for Z. And over here they gave me alpha is equal 0.1, so this alpha is 0.1. For table 4, we already know that's on the right side, therefore 1 minus 0.1, and that's 0.90. So then I will go ahead and say table 4, 90%, that will give you the Z value to be 1.645. Then we should reject for anything bigger than, reject H naught if the statistic value is greater than 1.645, because that will be considered right here as the rejection region. This is where you should reject for anything higher than this value. Now we have another one, another table 6, finding the chi on the right and the chi on the left, where they gave you n is 20, so therefore we're going to look at the degree of freedom of 19, and they gave you the C is equal 98%. So they gave me the C, but to find actually the 2 value, because now we need the chi on the left, so we're going to say 1 minus 98, which is 0.98 divided by 2, that's 0.01. So we'll go ahead and mark 0.01, which is right here, and we'll do again 1 plus 0.98 divided by 2, and that's actually, it's going to be 0.99, and we'll mark 0.99, and that's right here. We go with the degree of freedom is 19. That will be the first value we're interested in. Let me color it. That's the first value we're interested in, and the second value will be right here. The big value is the chi on the right, and the one on the left is the small one, 7.633, and the one on the right, the chi on the right, is equal 36.191. And that's letter C, and that's number 14 out of the review. Let's see if we have another problem. Here's another one, and this one finding the z critical value. Therefore I will be looking at table 4, but this time they gave me 91%. C is equal 91%. So to find this, I'm going to say 1 minus 0.91 divided by 2, because if you remember how the graph of the critical value, that's like this is right here is C, so I'm looking at the tails, and that will be let's go ahead and see what is the critical, what is 1 minus 0.91, divide that by 2, we'll get 0.045. To find that z value, second distribute number 3 on the calculator of 0.045, and we should get the answer. So if we're on the calculator, if we put second distribute number 3 of 0.045, and we should get the answer is negative 1.645, and since it's a two-tail, then we should put a plus or minus, and that would be letter D. Now if you're using the table, then basically you want to look over here for 0.045 and then look for the z or the closest z to this answer, and that should give you again plus or minus 0.645. We have one more. It says you have an IQ of something greater than 160. That's a claim, and the question is, when should you reject? Again, I need a table value, and over here we have what we have is H naught and H alpha. H alpha is bigger than 160, that's the claim, and right here is mu is less than or equal to 160, that's a claim, and the decision right here is fail to reject. So it's a fail to reject. When it is fail, we always write there is not enough evidence. There is not enough evidence to support the claim, because the claim is H alpha and it's failed to reject H naught. So there is not, this fail goes with the word not, there is not enough evidence to support the claim.